amateur mixed martial arts rules in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the cage with a record of 3 victories, 3 defeats. Representing Hammer, please welcome Daley Hitchens. His opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He enters with a record of 1 victory, no defeats. Representing Frank's Gym, please welcome Fernandes. Your referee in charge of the action, Mr. Dean Weir.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have an amateur welterweight competition here. Daley Hitchens fighting out of the blue corner, representing Hammer, taking on Victor Fernandes, fighting out of the red corner and representing Frank's Gym. And this one is one to watch.
Yeah, I'm told to expect fireworks in this one. Oh, slip there from Hitchens. I'm told to watch the right hand of Victor Fernandes, and already he landed with that shot.
Absolutely, and Daley immediately wrapped him up and took him to the ground.
Daley Hitchens is a vastly more experienced fighter, competing in his 7th amateur contest tonight, just the 2nd for Victor Fernandes, I do beg your pardon. Fernandes representing Frank's Gym. Daley Hitchens, of course, representing Hammer. Hammer always well represented here at Full Contact Contender, as they are at many shows on the UK circuit.
Absolutely. And Jim,
watch the shots to the back of the head there. Referee Dean Weir calling time. I believe he's just going to warn Victor Fernandes at this point. Fernandes needs to be careful with his target areas.
And the action restarts. We were just saying, Hammer is a gym that over the last few years is really starting to grow in stature and really packing out the regional shows at the moment. Nice. Hitchens looking to get a little bit of posture.
From what I'm told, Victor Fernandes, more of a stand-up fighter than a ground technician, so he's going to be looking to perhaps get his back to the cage and start walking up there.
Just as you say that, a nice pass from the full guard into the half there by Daley Hitchens.
And it was surprising that we didn't see Fernandes try and get his back to the cage earlier in that little exchange. And perhaps he's, with just the 1 amateur fight on his record, perhaps he's at that kind of novice level where that's not something that he's particularly drilled or worked on, especially if he's coming into this thing from a purely striking background.
Well, he's working the knee shield up, so making it hard for Daley Hitchens to cross. But you know what I'm noticing more and more of the amateurs doing this. They're looking to crucifix that arm or tie up that arm before they throw a ground and pound. More and more of them now.
I think in general terms, you'll see a referee stop a fight for a TKO more quicker than they would in the pro ranks, and quite rightly so. Therefore, if you can pin an arm down and punch away, a stoppage might come at amateur that wouldn't necessarily come at pro.
Daley Hitchens working inside, trying to isolate that arm now from inside the half guard.
Going for the key lock there. Yeah. And you hear Sean Martin in the corner saying the key lock's there.
Set it up, set it up.
He needs to put the wrist on the ground to get that key lock started. Loop the elbow through, but he's not been able to do that thus far.
No, instead he's just going to settle for a good old punching him in the face while he's on the floor.
As long as he can keep Victor Fernandes off his feet and out of that striking range, I think Daley Hitchens is going to be pretty happy. But he's got 10 minutes now, and Fernandes is going to get that stand-up. We already saw him do damage early in this round with the right hand. Let's see what he can do in the second.
But as you say, the recipe for success for Daley Hitchens is do exactly what you've done. Close that distance, get top position, and look for the submissions and the ground and pound. Because off his back at the moment, Fernandes is offering some defense, but nothing in terms of getting upper submissions.
Be interesting to see what the Frank's Gym corner team are saying to Victor Fernandes. Presumably they want to keep him at range, and they want those hips to be active as soon as there's any potential sign of a takedown from Daley Hitchens coming in.
Yeah, the takedown did come off the offensive flurry from Victor Fernandes. Throw and landing, but got himself into range And the moment Hitchens took him down, that's where the fight stayed. We'll see if the second round.
Both these guys tremendously well put together physically, but you have to say Victor Fernandes especially, he's got that that Muay Thai striker's physique. And to be fair, so does Daley Hitchens, you know, they're thick thighs, very little around the waist. No wasted mass.
No, both of them are incredibly cut, very athletic welterweights.
Yeah, deep to the body there. Muay Thai 101, looking to kick out the back leg that time was Victor Fernandes.
Big body, oh!
And the big right hand from Fernandes firing out, but he's got to be careful about getting caught off balance. Remember, it was a slip in the first round that saw him taken down. And he's given Daley Hitchens that entry. Hitchens will surely now be able to trip his man to the ground from here, you would think.
Yeah, you think he's either going to reap around that leg and pull down, or he's going to drop down for maybe a double leg under there. Here we go. Under the
looking
hips.
to connect the fingers and does.
Gets it
Big
up
pick
nice
up
and
here.
tall.
And a beautiful takedown from Daley Hitchens.
Dumps him down right in front of his corner.
And it has to be said, in the first round, Steve, we saw nothing by way of offensive output from the back from Victor Fernandes. It was all one-way traffic, and this really isn't where the man from Frank's gym wants to be.
No, he really does want to try and scooch that back up against the cage and try to walk up. I mean, you can't throw elbows from the bottom. He was thinking about it, I think. All he's doing is closing the guard and looking to try and control Hitchens, but Hitchens just keeps moving and getting that posture, slipping out. And that just means the seconds of this round are slipping away.
Yeah, more of the same in round two, it looks to be. Hitchens just trying to crush his man down against the mat.
Yes.
No real, offensive opportunities in terms of submissions or fight finishing strikes available from this position. He's going to have to get to work. And it's a defensive guard being employed by Victor Fernandes, or more, rather a holding guard.
Yeah, and you just want Daley Hitchens here, maybe to find. It's so tough because you want him to open up, but if you open up and you lose position or you give something up.
He's got one leg on the triangle entry here. He needs to free the other.
He's thinking about it. He's trying
to do.
Nice high guard. It's gonna keep Hitchens honest, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
Hitchens throws those hips to the side, settles back down into a deep side, and steps over both legs at once into the full guard. Full mount, sorry.
Looking to create some posture. Oh, he takes it back. Oh! There's the submission. Daley Hitchens out of nowhere. Unbelievable.
10 seconds left. He heard that clapper, whipped around the back, sunk in the rear naked choke, and couldn't say it any better myself, Brad. Unbelievable. And a quick tap.
Hey, an absolutely fantastic show of respect from Sean Martin there. The first thing he didn't go to congratulate his own fighter. He went to Victor Fernandes, picked him up off the ground, asked him if he was okay. Great show of sportsmanship there from the Hammer corner, as we've come to expect. That was a very interesting fight, Steve, and that finish came quick as a flash.
Absolutely, it was sudden and it was tight because that was a quick tap as well. Well done, Daley Hitchens, moving to 4-3.
And we'll throw this one to our MC, Jonathan Millard, to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, at a time of 2 minutes, 52 seconds of the second round, your winner by rear naked choke in the blue corner, Daley Hitchens. And your appreciation, please, for his opponent this evening, Victor Fernandes.